The first time I saved the alien queen, I didn't know she was a queen. I was younger then, still wearing a battered exploration suit patched more times than I could count, still believing the frontier was something you survived with grit alone. The planet didn't even have a name on the charts yet, just a designation. Erebus. 9. A volatile jungle world abandoned by the precursors and avoided by every sensible species in the sector. I wasn't sensible. I was there on a salvage contract, combing through half-buried ruins for forgotten tech that could pay off my ship's debts. That was when I heard the scream, high-pitched, alien, and unmistakably intelligent. It echoed through the black-leafed trees like a blade drawn across glass. I followed it against every instinct I had. In a clearing choked with violet mist, I found her pinned beneath the carcass of a massive predator. The creature had died mid-lunge, its chitinous body crushed by a collapsing ruin. Beneath it lay a slender, iridescent being with forearms and eyes like molten silver. One of her limbs was bent at a wrong angle, and her breathing came in shallow, wet gasps. She looked at me, not with fear, but with something sharper. Expectation. Easy, I muttered, already working my plasma cutter. I'm not here to hurt you. She didn't understand my words, but she understood my actions. I sliced through the dead beast's armor and dragged its bulk away, straining every muscle. When she was free, I administered a med-gel injector, calibrated blindly, and praying her biology wasn't too different from ours. It worked. She survived. I stayed with her for hours, fending off scavengers, until a sleek, organic ship descended silently from the clouds. Armed figures poured out, warriors, not soldiers, and surrounded us. I raised my hands, expecting to be vaporized. Instead, the wounded alien reached out and placed a trembling hand against my chest. The warriors froze. I was escorted away without explanation. No reward. No thanks. Just a memory I filed away as another strange footnote in a dangerous career. Years passed. Humanity spread faster than anyone expected. We weren't the strongest or the most advanced, but we adapted. We learned alien languages, reverse-engineered technology, and most importantly, we remembered favors. That mattered more than anyone knew. By the time the Galactic Concord formed, humans were everywhere. Traders, engineers, diplomats, mercenaries. The other species called us unpredictable, dangerous, useful. I had retired from salvage and taken a civilian transport job, hauling cargo between neutral systems. That was supposed to keep me far from politics and war. I was wrong. My ship was intercepted near Concord space by a vessel so massive it bent the light around it. Organic hull, bioluminescent veins, royal markings I didn't recognize but felt, instinctively, were important. A voice echoed through my cockpit, not through speakers, but directly into my mind. Do you remember me, human? The ship's systems went dead. Not disabled, quieted. As if something vast had simply asked them to wait. I don't think so, I said aloud, heart hammering. You've got the wrong guy. The space before my viewport rippled, and an image formed. The alien I had saved, now taller, regal, adorned with living armor and a circlet of glowing crystal. Her eyes were still molten silver. You pulled me from death beneath the bones of a fallen hunter, she said. You bled for me. You stayed. My breath caught. You were the one on Erebus 9. I am Zyreth, she replied. Queen of the Volari Dominion. That name sent a chill through me. The Volari were one of the oldest, most powerful civilizations in the Concord. Isolationist. Ruthless when crossed. Whispers said their queens were living conduits of their species' collective mind. I didn't know, I said quietly. If I had, you would have acted the same, she interrupted. That is why I remember. The image shifted. Stars burned. Fleets clashed. Human colonies smoldered. The Car-Void swarm is coming, Zyreth said. They consume all. The Concord debates. Hesitates. Calculates losses. That sounds like them, I muttered. I do not hesitate. Her gaze bored into me. I owe a life debt to humanity. Before I could respond, my ship's systems flared back to life. Coordinates flooded my NAV computer. A single directive appeared on screen. Ambassadorial status granted. By royal decree. You're making me an ambassador? I asked incredulously. You are the proof of humanity's nature, she said. You save strangers. You act without certainty of reward. The Concord does not understand this. I do. Within weeks, everything changed. Volari war fleets emerged from seclusion, aligning openly with human forces. Technologies once hoarded were shared. Organic hull regeneration. Adaptive weaponry. Neural coordination systems. When the Concord protested, Zyreth silenced them with a single statement broadcast across the galaxy. When my queen bled, a human stayed. When humanity bleeds, the Volari will stay. The car swarm arrived like a living storm, tearing through border systems with numbers that blotted out stars. Species after species faltered, retreating, calculating survival odds. Humans didn't retreat. We held lines that should have collapsed. We launched rescue missions into lost systems. We fought dirty, clever, and relentless. And when the Volari fleets joined us, moving with terrifying, elegant coordination, the tide began to turn. I watched the final battle from a command deck overlooking a dying star. The swarm's core-mined vessel writhed under combined fire, human kinetic strikes punching holes while Volari bioweapons invaded and devoured it from within. When it was over, silence fell across the comms. We had won. Later, I stood alone in a quiet chamber aboard Zyreth's flagship. She appeared before me in person this time, no projection, no psychic distance. Your species will be remembered, she said. Not for conquest, but for compassion wielded like a weapon. I gave a tired smile. All I did was help someone who needed it. Her mandibles curved, a Volari expression I had learned meant gratitude. And that, she said, is why the galaxy will never underestimate humans again. As I returned to my ship, older and heavier with the weight of history, I realized something profound. In a universe ruled by power and fear, humanity's greatest strength wasn't our weapons or our technology. It was our memory, and the fact that sometimes saving one life without knowing who they are can change the fate of the stars.